Welcome back to MBA Monday. I hope you've gotten some interview invites from your round 2 applications. Today, I'm going to talk to you about why smart applicants bomb their MBA interviews where average ones get in. It's a spicy conversation today. And if it sounds like I'm beating a drum, it's because I kind of am. Because year after year, I see applicants make the exact same mistakes when they are preparing for their MBA interviews. Hello again, I'm Angela, your MBA coach, your career guardian angel. I'm here to help you get into business school, but more importantly, to build a career of your dreams, to build a work life that makes you happy, and to have a career that you genuinely love. That's really the point of all of this. And interviews are where all of these factors come together. It's where you really have to transcend your intelligence and the career success that's represented on your resume and show yourself to be a self-aware and mature presence live in the room. Or in the Zoom, as the case may be, if you're conducting your interview via video chat. If you're invited to interview, it's important to take that opportunity seriously. But there's a spectrum of how I find people approach it. On the one hand, we've got people who think, you know what? My resume, my career success really speaks for itself. The interview is just a formality. I'm pretty good with people. I know my resume. It's just a box to check. I'm going to do just fine. So that's the person who's confident, maybe a little bit arrogant in their candidacy, and doesn't really take the interview as seriously as would be its due.
How would I describe myself? 3 words. Hardworking, alpha male, jackhammer, merciless, insatiable.
On the other hand, we've got the folks who take the interview so seriously, they get such high anxiety, they freak themselves out, they do way too much preparation so that they end up being over-prepared for the conversation, and they end up getting rejected because the way they show up in the interview is not consistent with the person they are and the person that they represented themselves to be on paper.
Hey, Aaron, I'm expecting a shipment of pens. Can you cover that?
Cover that. What does that mean exactly? What are we talking here? Details?
A delivery guy will deliver a box of pens, and you just make sure everything's in order.
What? Everything? What? How do I make sure it's in order? I haven't been trained for this.
Okay, see you later.
Between these two extremes of not taking the interview seriously and taking it way, way, way too seriously is the sweet spot where you're doing enough preparation so that you can just show up and be yourself. I talked a lot about why this is so important in my last video, which you can check out right here. But the bottom line is that in the interview, MBA programs are screening for self-trust, self-knowledge, maturity, composure, and presence. They're just looking to understand that you're the kind of person that they can trust to represent their MBA program in the future as an alum. That relates to all the soft skills. It's got nothing to do with intellect. It's got nothing to do with achievement. It's got nothing to do with over-preparation. It just has everything to do with your level of comfort with yourself, with your story, with your goals, and with your choices. The most common smart person traps I have observed in coaching MBA applicants over these many years are things like over-explaining things in your background, trying to prove that you're a great candidate, and performing in the interview as opposed to connecting. When we work with our clients, we spend time ensuring that they're really ready to project calm inner confidence and clarity about who they are and where they're headed. This is the kind of thing that can take weeks and weeks to train, but our interview prep services are designed to help you prepare in a very short amount of time to project this level of confidence in yourself. So if you're interested in that training, please request a call to talk with us about how we can help you do that at mbaprotocol.com/MBA. You can also check out our interview services at this link and at the link I'll leave in the description below. If you're already feeling high-strung and freaked out about the amazing opportunity you have to interview with one of your favorite MBA programs, please request that call right away so that we can get you on the right track. Regardless, I want to propose 3 remedies if you're sitting there worried that you're going to overblow your MBA application preparation. Remedy number 1 is to really be confident in your platform for leadership. This means you need to understand clearly where you're coming from and where you're going and be able to connect all of those dots through multiple answers in your MBA interview. Go ahead and check out this video that I published 2 weeks ago in which I talked about how to map yourself to the MBA candidate type that you are and therefore how to think through presenting your candidacy in that very first question of walk me through your resume and tell me about yourself. The second remedy for the smart person trap is to plan out your answers to core questions using bullet points. Don't write it out fully. Don't write out a whole script in prose. Write out your answer using bullet points and then practice it a couple of times so that you feel confident in the substance of your answers, but not in the exact wording. In any given conversation, ideally, you're going to tell your story differently, depending on who's asking, depending on where that question falls in the sequence of other questions, even depending on the school that you're talking to. So go download our MBA readiness checklist to get a sense of all the questions you're likely to see so that you can begin preparing your answers and practicing them just a little bit so that you go in with confidence that you know what you're going to say and you can just improvise. The third remedy for smart person traps is just, once you've done those 2 things, to just show up and be yourself in the conversation and make a connection with the interviewer like you've done thousands of times throughout your life and career. I talked about that in last week's video right here. Basically, you need to embody the friendship mindset. That means that you really want to think about the interviewer as your friend, not someone who's testing you, not someone who's auditioning you, not even someone who's sitting there judging you, just as someone who's a friend that you're trying to help get to know you better. If you want to read more about the friendship mindset and a whole lot more about how to prepare for your MBA interviews, go ahead and check out my book, Interview Hero. It's available on Amazon. We'll put the link right here. Treat it like a masterclass in interviews. It's not a casual read. It's not designed to give you a lot of information. It's really going to walk you through all the steps you need to go through to prepare for this and almost any other future interview you might have. And again, if you want one-on-one training from me or an MBA Protocol coach, you can request the call at the link down in the description. I'm really hoping that this advice is useful to you, that you're getting a ton of interview invites, and that you are getting ready to really show your very best self so that you can take this MBA interview invitation and convert it into an offer. I'll be here next week to help you continue your MBA journey, and I hope to see you then. Seriously, the friendship mindset is so important. Check out last week's video to learn more about it. Hey fam! Nah, right? Genuinely love. Wah! Quit getting in my face!